Yo, what up, my tubers? We're back for some more drafting on Magic Online Vintage Cube. Hit that like and subscribe button because if you do, we'll open a Black Lotus. Did you hit that like and subscribe? Good! Look at that! We opened a Black Lotus. Wow, thanks for doing that. Appreciate it. Yeah, Vintage Cube, you know the deal. Some new iterations, of course, from this Vintage Cube since last time it was brought up, but you see a piece of power, you usually just take the piece of power, so not too much to say here. Obviously, just taking the Lotus and moving on with our lives. Into a pick number 2. What do we want to do? I'm kind of feeling like a white aggressive deck. I think I'm going to take Thalia here and try to wheel the Gideon. I think that's a pretty good strategy. I think the white aggressive decks are the best aggro decks in the format. Monocolor, that is. Red is fun, but I don't think it holds anything to white. And man, if you just take it early and force it, you can often get super rewarded. So let's take Thalia here, pick number 2, and see if we can kind of go in from there. Pick number 3. There is an Ancient Tomb here if we wanted to take that. That's not awful. It's another way to kind of accelerate the mono white deck into an unfair position. You can just imagine like playing, a Gideon or even a Blade Splicer a turn early or something like that, and you just end up putting a lot of pressure that the opponent has a hard time dealing with. So I like Tomb over Flicker Wisp over O-Ring. These cards are cards that frequently wheel anyways. Boom, boom, boom. Into garbage. Wow, this pack is very bad for mono white. The only choice here, I guess, is the Concealed Courtyard. And that gives us a little bit of potential splashability. Maybe we open like a Demonic Tutor, or we find ourselves drafting a Vindicate, possibly getting like a Lingering Souls flashback value. But this pack's just not very good anyway. I mean, I guess Scalding Tarn's great and Toxic is great, but there aren't too many picks otherwise. I guess maybe Scalding Tarn is still safer than Courtyard, because Courtyard is also a card that tends to wheel. So even though it's not super likely we're going to end up running that, it's just probably a better choice. Okay, that's a good pack. We'll take the Containment Priest here, I think, over the Windswept Heath. Parallax Wave is okay as well, but a lot of the most busted things you can do in this format, Containment Priest hoses, whether it be reanimate effects, show and tell, sneak attack, through the breach, that type of thing. Natural order, yada, yada, yada. The list goes on. Containment Priest is one of those fair cards that can really stop the busted decks. So I do enjoy that. And speaking of the Blade Splicer, we do find it here. 6th pick. Getting all the white fetches now after not getting a good pickup in the Scalding Tarn pack, but that's all right. So take the Blade Splicer, passing the Marsh Flats, Showdown, and Probe into a lovely path. Or, now if this was Swords, I wouldn't question this, but it's not, it's Path. So, or, we could take that Vindicate now, or we could take Rabblemaster and be maybe a red-white aggro deck. I don't think red-white is actually all that good, though. That is a pretty late Rabblemaster period. I could also just take the Rabblemaster and maybe stay open to the idea of a red deck, depending on, how many more good white cards we get. I don't think losing Path is all that relevant, so I kind of like this minor hedge. Okay, well, I'm not going to take Goldspan Dragon over the Intrepid Adversary. Sword of Feast and Famine is also okay, but I kind of like the scalable creature. Good to just have on turn 2 if you have nothing else, and of course later on, just great. This is the Wheel pack. Oh, wait, there was nothing else. There was nothing good in our opening pack. Never mind. It's the other Gideon that we want coming back next. So I'll just take Magda again in case we end up in red instead, since I don't think this Gideon you want in mono white, and I don't want Wrath. So somebody took Gideon. Avacyn is still a good one. I would like to take Bomat or Incinerate to stay open, but we're sticking with white now with that pickup for sure. O-Ring as expected. Yep. Stage, no, that's unlikely. Wow, Foundry, okay, interesting. Interesting pickup there. That's a maybe. Hellrider for the red deck too, okay. We're just building a couple different decks, don't mind me. Scalding Tarn getting Sacred Foundry now is also interesting. Just as many red cards as white cards, basically. Although Avalanche Riders is not one I'm super thrilled on running. I guess we don't. We have twice as many white cards as red still. Options open, but not necessarily a thing. Okay, last pick, Life from the Loam, and now let's open either a Mox Pearl or a Mox Ruby. We did not get either of those. What did we get? Stoneforge is okay. Not normally a card you want to first pick. Ephemerate, not so good here. We could take a red card. I could take like Fury or Light Up the Stage. We could also consider splashing for Fractured Identity, which is one of the better cards in Cube. That has the highest upside, so it's probably worth taking. I'm guessing that we end up wheeling these white cards, so the power level of the Identity, a little bit too good. This is probably top 2 cards in the pack. Maybe, I mean, might even be this the number 1. Glenelendra is also great. Yeah, Identity's too strong. Okay, interesting. So, if I'm planning on playing blue anyways, we could definitely take Opposition here, because that is a fantastic card in a deck like this. We do have a few other options. Legionnaire, Flooded Strand, Revoker, Savannah, Spellseeker even's fine, though we don't have anything to grab with it yet. This is interesting. I think the safest play, either way we go, is just going to be the Flooded Strand, right? Since we already have the Identity. And then I would expect the Legionnaire to wheel, maybe not the Opposition, at the very least Revoker, so we'll do that. Ooh, the lolly. I'm going to need a lot of fixing if we want to play the double blue of Jace, but there's really not that much here except for like Mind Twist instead, which would be another good splash card. I guess there's a Rafine's Tower technically too for white and blue. You know, and we have the Scalding Tarn for it. I guess Tower is an interesting take here over Jace. Yeah, I'm going to do that. I'd rather just splash the Fractured Identity off of good mana than try to take the Jace and not have good mana for that. Relic Order's good. Winter Orb is good. Petal is okay. Port is good. I'm going to take the Relic Warder here, I think. Oh, you know what? It's still probably worth running the Sacred Foundry when I have Scalding Tarn, because that lets it find a second white source beyond Rafine's Tower, right? Yeah. Yeah, we'll take the Relic Warder here. Another good interactive card. Same thing here with Armageddon if we want it. Luris could be really interesting. I would have to cut all of these right now, so probably not worth taking that as our companion, but we could play that as our just another 3-drop, but I think Armageddon here makes more sense. Nice, nice, nice pack. Giver of Runes, Figure of Destiny, Sword of Fire and Ice, there's a Scrounger. 10 cards available. We might get lucky and wheel Figure or Scrounger. I think we definitely want one of the protective creatures. Balance doesn't make sense, sadly, in the white aggro deck. This is for like the control-y deck with artifact mana. I don't think we want the Orzhov Signet here, though, do we? I mean, maybe there's no other option anyways. Fine, but not like a slam dunk pick. Ooh, Vanguard is very good. So is Disenchant, but I think we want another good 2-drop pressure card. There's Mystic on the wheel. So now I would not mind wheeling that Sword of Fire and Ice, although I don't expect that to happen. We've already passed Batterskull. We already passed the Sword of Feast and Famine. So our equipment that we have to potentially grab running low. Damn, there's Opposition on the wheel too. Okay. That's a maybe. If we can find the fixing for it, we will most certainly run that. Man, if we could get a Zorius Signet, that would be delicious. Playable count right now is maybe a little bit low. Wow, getting some Bolt and stuff on the wheel too. Crazy. In the end, I could always end up splashing like Rabble Master plus Lightning Bolt instead of Fractured Identity. That's not crazy. I might run Petal here. I mean, obviously it's no Black Lotus, but it is still fast mana. Fable along with Luris. Cray. That's a good one, though. Damn, this was the pack that we wanted to have the white cards wheel. Didn't get it. Well, good news is we still have one more pack to go to round out the deck. So whether we'd be getting some equipment or maybe some more blue fixing for opposition, I think we're in a decent spot overall. Time Walk. Wow. All right. So I'm going to have Black Lotus Time Walk. I mean, I'm already planning on splashing blue, so clearly that's the right choice. Oh, what am I passing? Mox Diamond is decent, and a Wandering Emperor. Okay. Colonnade, huh? How many playables do I have? Because there's also like a Jite here. A Lodestone would be okay. Recruiter would be okay. Maybe we... Taking the Colonnade means we're probably going to try to run the opposition, but I don't have enough playables right now. Yeah, I have to take playables at this point. So I'm going to take the Jite, and that's going to mean we get to play the Stoneforge. Oh, man. I guess we could play a top-end Elspeth. It is insane with opposition. It just doesn't work with Armageddon very well, but if we take the Elspeth, then that means like our Signet becomes more playable too. Sorry, Mana Drain. Feels like we're going a little bit bigger, huh? Splash the Trinket Mage to grab Black Lotus. Is that a thing? Because I think I'd rather just take the 3-mana Gideon here. Yeah, let's do that. Vryn Wingmare's good. Hangerback Walker's pretty decent. Kind of like the Vryn. We have both Vryn and Thalia. Ugh. Elish Norn, probably not. Treasure Cruise could actually be another maybe splash card. I could see running that. Blue-white, yes please. Yeah, good. Now our fetches are really nice. Retrofitter Foundry is also pretty good. Gives us something to do with our mana if we're bricking off, and it's also great with opposition. Yeah, maybe play that. Upheaval, Plateau. Oh, Plateau is another white source that Scalding Tarn can find, so that's a nice one. Okay. Sure, so we've got like 4 blue sources here. That's probably not enough for opposition, let's be real. In fact, I guess what I'm supposed to do is just splash the Fracture and the Time Walk, and then probably throw in like Rabble Master and Bolt. Yeah. That looks a lot better to me. This is a strange deck, certainly. And we have a little bit, I'm not going to say non-bows, but Thalia and Vryn with a bunch of non-creatures is not the greatest. Wow! Okay, we wield the Colonnade and the Vantage, though? Sheesh. And it almost feels like Recruiter's the better choice. Because this can grab so many silver bullets. It can grab Rabble Master, it can grab Splicer, Vryn, Thalia. It can grab Adversary, Relic War. It grabs like everything in my deck. And we have enough blue fixing. I'm taking that. Don't think we're going to be running this Elspeth. Maybe just cut the Foundry and call it a day. Or run... I guess we could run... are we going to play this? No. Oh, we could run Bergie, too. Yeah. Bergie's not terrible on the splash, especially for the Horn later on. Is this a 16 land deck, maybe? Can probably get away with 16 lands. Oh, I guess you know what I could do is I could cut the Elspeth for the Foundry since we're not running the opposition anymore, and getting to 6 is not super great, especially with Armageddon. I think that's maybe a better play. Kind of still want to splash that Treasure Cruise as well. Maybe G-Tape plus only Stoneforge is not good enough. Yeah, let's do that. We can sideboard those in versus like a creature-based deck, but let's bring in the Cruise and the Petal and then run the 16 lands. Yeah, I like that. So, without any of basic islands or mountains, let's check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 red sources. As far as blue, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blue sources. Yeah, just go up one of each and then up to 7 planes or 6 planes. That still gives us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh yeah, 12 white sources in land. Okay, I mean, kind of a weird aggressive deck, but looks good enough to me. Let's take this for a spin and see if we can win a few rounds with it. Here we are for round 1 of this Vintage Cube draft with our kind of strange aggro-ish deck. Oh my, this is a turn 1 Avacyn if we wanted to. Could also go Vryn turn 1. 3. I have 5 mana turn 1. I don't even know if it's turn 1 Avacyn good. Oh, you know what I can do here? Here's the play. I go turn 1 land Lotus. Burgy for red. Petal, add a red, and then cast the Vryn. That's the play. And we're hoping that the opponent's on some kind of combo deck, or we draw a red source for the lightning bolt very quickly. Drawing swamp. Wait, swamp? Why is there a swamp in my deck? Oh gosh, did the auto land adder give me a swamp that I didn't know about? It must have. We really need to draw either a plains or a red source next turn. What on earth? Why did it... This is going to be pretty funny if this is just a green sun for 1 because of the Vryn. Yeah, I mean, our turn 1 might have been good enough on the play. Let's just go with that, but... I'm going to have to fix that in deck building. Oh, Metamorph maybe? Okay. Well, if I draw plains, I can Relic Warder the Metamorph, which is going to be pretty hilarious. And any red source is really good too. Holy crap, this draws. I'm just going to attack with the Burgy here. We want to keep the Vryns online so that they get their mana really taxed. That's fine. This island is probably such a tilt. What on earth? What are these mana draws? This is insane. They do have a lot of mana with Raphelos. Okay, yeah, we just need to find a red source. Or a red or a white source wins the game. Thank you. Alright, now we go Leonin. Eat their Vryn. They're probably wondering what the hell my deck is. Questing Beast was revealed. Why did it add a swamp? Oh, it added a swamp because of Luris. Oh, gosh. I was not paying attention to that. Okay. Yeah, that's what happened there. It was adding a black source for Luris. Good job, Magic. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So 12 white sources. That should be plenty. I guess we probably want to add another red source. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, let's just add another mountain. That would have helped tremendously. And we'll fix that before we load up. Because this is a league, so we can change our deck in between rounds. So that's going to be the game plan here. Yeah, this hand's good. No busted opener, but we have the Ancient Tomb, so we do get to start playing 3 drops on turn 2. Turn 1 Elvish Mystic. We'll go tapped white source. Damn swamp. Oh, Cradle now too. Crap. Wow, what a start from them. Okay, that is crazy. Jite. Got to bring in Stoneforge and Jite next game if we go to a game 3. That's probably going to be very good, though. Yeah, so let's lead off on the Splicer. Because if they just ramp out into like a non-Craterhoof creature, then Identity might be able to save us. They didn't sack their tribal. I guess that makes sense. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, if they have a hoof next turn, we lose. I'm probably supposed to O-ring like a Birds of Paradise next turn, actually, to keep them off of doing that. I think I like that play a lot. Let's go ahead and O-ring here, the Birds of Paradise. Now they only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So, I mean, if they draw another land, they get us still, but assuming they have hoof in hand. Tree Speaker now, yeah. Why do I feel like they definitely have Craterhoof in their hand? It's because they didn't sack the Tribe Elder. It feels really like they do. So I guess I'm going to Fractured Identity their Tree Speaker. Pretty freaking weak, but... Or maybe, you know what we want to draw? Armageddon might be okay. No, that's still pretty awkward. Yep, just level up. Crazy, crazy, crazy start. No payoff card yet, but... I think I have to keep getting lucky. I think we fracture the Draga. Assuming we don't draw anything great here. Do we need multiple red sources? No, we just want more white-blue. Okay... Fracture the Draga. I guess should probably swing with both. I can level that up too with both the Sparas and the, just the Sparas, I guess. Ah, okay. Well, now it might not matter. Now we are definitely dead if they have the hoof next turn. Unless, what does Recruiter grab? Containment Priest doesn't do it. No. Relic Order doesn't do it. None of those cards do anything. I guess it might still be safe to just grab the Containment Priest. Or maybe I don't have that luxury. Maybe I can't play. Yeah, maybe I just can't even play around them having Craterhoof. And if they have it, I die. So let's just go with the Horn here and pass. Hope that I don't die this turn. And then try to go off with the Horn next turn, perhaps. I'm going to be really sad, though, if they cast a Green Sun Zenith here and then I didn't tutor for my Containment Priest, but we'll see. Yep, 100%. As soon as they didn't sack the Sakura Tribe Elder, we knew what it was. All right, no surprise there. That's why we kept them off that mana for as long as we did. So they must have just top-decked the Prime Time on that previous turn. So kind of unlucky for us there, it feels like. Let's bring in the Mystic. Let's bring in the Jite, and that just completely ruins Mana Dorks. We'll be on the play this time as well again, so hopefully we can get another nice start. That is definitely good enough, right? Opening hand Stoneforge Mystic. Would love to have had a red source to cast Bolt on turn 1, but can't win them all, I guess. So yeah, turn 1 Retrofitter, turn 2 Stoneforge Mystic, and then turn 3 we can play the Ancient Tomb, equip the Jite, go to town. Nice, already getting paid off. Gideon Blackblade. They didn't do anything? Alright, well, let's just start getting counters on our Jite versus a green deck. Sure. So we will attack, get 2 more counters. Definitely going to go ahead and just pop that thing off. And then we will play Vryn. Hope they don't have Questing Beast. Polychronos. That is a pretty big one as well, but shouldn't matter all that much. Because they can only do it for 1 right now, maybe 2, and the damage is based on the X that they pay. Yeah, so let's equip over here. Gideon. Oh, I can't Gideon because of the right. Because of the Vryn. Attack and pass. So they can kill the Giver of Runes or whatever, but they'd have to tap out to do so with Polychronos, which I'm okay with. Yeah, we're fine here. They probably just have to kill the Giver of Runes. Yep. As expected. We can make a chumper next turn, or this turn, with the Foundry. as well. Save a little life. Nice draw. Okay, that costs 3 mana though. But let's see, we can hit him for 3 this turn down to 11. Then this would be 10, 13, 16? Yeah, so we kill them here. GG's. +2/+2. Yep, there we go. All right. Won the first round with this little janky brew. And yeah, let's immediately go down and fix that. Swap the swamp out for like a mountain. And there we go. Save that. Go to the next round. On to round number 2 here of this Vintage Cube draft. We're on the draw with a hand that looks all right. Hopefully the opponent doesn't have some busted start for us. But we do have turn 1 Giver of Runes, turn 2 potentially Leon in Relic Order if they play any artifact that I want to eat, like a Signet. Thirst to kill it, that makes sense. I guess I'll wait. I would only be able to play out the Relic Order this turn anyways, so that doesn't make much sense to me. Uh-oh, this is not a good sign. I have no pressure, and they're playing blue-black with a Demonic Tutor. Blue-black is usually either one of 2 things, Storm or Reanimator. You can do some other like control-y builds, but when I think of blue-black in Vintage Cube, I think of Reanimator or Storm. So do we want to grab a red source here over a blue? I think we do. Which means we want to grab the Foundry tapped. Well, at least it's something to cast. Soul Ring, okay. Into Chart a Course. This could be Reanimator still. No, it's Storm most likely then. Yes, with red as well. So we get to Relic Order their Soul Ring. Oh, interesting. Okay, looting, going up to 4 on the deck, discarding Dothy and a Swamp. Wait, this is weird. I don't know what's going on anymore. I think we still have to just Relic Ward the Soul Ring, though. Relic Ward, and then we can Armageddon next turn. Seems like a pretty good lineup. Obnixilis and a Spell Pierce. Weird. Okay. Scarab God. That would be a lovely hit if we can draw a blue source for Fracture. But otherwise we just O-ring it. Good. Kill the Dak. Smack face for 3. Okay. We're actually doing pretty damn well right now. Oh, is this Dig Through Time or Treasure Cruise? It definitely looks like it. Yep. Well, hopefully they tap out for something irrelevant. And then we get to just Armageddon and beat down for a 3-turn clock. Pass. Okay. Go to attacks. Grasp and get back their Soul Ring. Sure. Still think it's right to fire off the Armageddon now. They only have a couple cards in their hand, and we have them on a 4-turn clock. Oh, they drew a tap land. Blue source gives me Treasure Cruise, funny enough, but we'll see if they can pull out of this. Plains is good. Okay. 4 life. Yeah, they conceded. All right, let's go. So it looks like they're on some weird Grixis control list. I thought they were Storm or Reanimator at first, especially with the Charta course, but... Whoo-wee. Can we win another? Frisky little deck we got here. Mono white deck splashing some rando cards. Turn 1 Rabblemaster. I will keep it. Yeah, and I guess I might as well play around them having a daze or something. Go, go. Hope they don't have their Infernal Grasp here, because if Rabblemaster sticks around another turn, we're going to be pretty happy. Very good draw. Holy smokes. Probably one of the bests, honestly. Oh, and that might just be game over. Turn 1 Rabblemaster, turn 2 Thalia. Denies them doing anything, basically. Yeah, they had to Bloodchief's Thirst to Thalia. And we attack for infinite here, basically. I think we're just going to go tap land pass, not playing out adversary or anything. Because they're already pretty much dead just to the Rabblemaster as it is. And that is a quick 2-0, ladies and gentlemen. Can we pull this off with a spunky little white deck? We'll find out. Here we are for the third and final round of this Vintage Cube draft. On the draw, sadly, but our hand looks fantastic. Opening hand, Lotus and Time Walk with a couple of good aggressive creatures. Oh, we might be on somewhat of a mirror match, it looks like. Oh, interesting. So do we want to play turn 1 Vryn instead? I'm guessing probably not. I think we're probably supposed to still lead on the Blade Splicer, but there was definite temptation. Because it doesn't, like with turn 1 Retrofitter, I'm guessing they're not going to be like super controlled, but maybe they are. Maybe I'm completely wrong about this. Need to get a blue source here, so it doesn't matter if we grab Sparas or the Raffines. I'm assuming they're going to make a 1-1 and maybe trade with my Blade Splicer. We'll find out. I think it's going to be worth it for me to Time Walk here into playing the Vryn. I think that's a good play. And then the following turn we can play Adversary with a 1-of kicker. Just casually casting Lotus and Time Walk so far. Okay, Mock Sapphire, Land, Intrepid. Go for the kick once. Attack for 7. Maybe they poop out a chumper here. Soak up 4 damage. Because of the Mock Sapphire they had last turn, they could go land into Wrath. But, I mean, I have to play my game here and hope that this works out. So it costs a bunch of mana to turn a Servo into a 4/4, thankfully. I guess Armageddon's our best draw, if the board stays the same. No whammies. One time. Phantasmal image. Well, we don't have our splicer anymore, so... they're going to copy the adversary and maybe... No, I doubt they pay the kicker. Oh, I was going to say... Oh, I guess that makes sense, because now it traded us with the golem. Okay. So if we draw removal for the adversary, we win. Let's do that. Lightning bolt. Pretty unfortunate draw step. I don't think I have an option, though. I think I need to smash in with everything and just let them trade with my adversary. So they're only going to take 3 damage here, which really sucks. But, I mean... Because if I wait to attack and don't force the trade, then their Foundry starts making 2/2s, for example. So... As bad as that was, I think it was necessary. Oh, that's not a good sign. They have a 5-drop they want to cast here. Or maybe multiple plays. Judgment plus Foundry activation. Okay. So there goes my flyer. They keep the token producer. So we need to find some more action. Holy moly. Damn. 5, 6, 7, 8. The 9 lands of my 16. We hold lands at this point for Armageddon, but that sucks. Sure. So they're in the realm of making multiple tokens a turn. Okay, well that's still a good draw. Like, even though that they have the Signet and the Signet and the Mox. Oh, well. Yeah, we have to force the action even if they have, like, a Wrath. Or a counter, rather. Because that really taxes their mana. Darn it. Oh, hey, that is really nice. Okay. Okay. Now we have our own popping off. So play the Tomb, play around Spell Pierce, play the Foundry. And this is a golem, so I can't sacrifice it and make a 4/4 or anything, but... Boom, boom. Do. Take 1. All right, we win this race. Because every time they chump the golem, I get an extra servo every turn after that. Oh, I'm getting my prizes for a different event. Winds of Abandon. Okay, well that's fine. And yeah, we need to grab a plains here for Gideon. So I can sack the servo and I can make a 1/1, or I can just make another 1/1. I guess I'm just going to keep making 1/1s. Might as well give lifelink because they can block one anyways. It doesn't matter. Because the 4/4 doesn't fly, right? Yeah. If the 4/4 was a flyer, I think we were supposed to go for that line, but because it doesn't make sense. Wow, nice. I mean, they still need a blocker for Gideon this turn, in which case they're taking 2. Yep, all right, good stuff. Okay, we are 1 game away from a nice little 3-0 here with our weird, I'm not going to call it mono-white, but basically weird mono-white deck. Sideboard versus that, I don't think we have much. Hazaret could be maybe an interesting one. I think I like kind of just running it back, maybe. Go to game number 2 and try to take them down. On to game number 2 here of the 3rd and final round. Ugh. 2 good spells, but way too many lands. If we had like 1 more spell, I think we can probably keep this, but I think as it is, we have to mulligan down. Okay, that's a good looking one. I'm going to keep this, and we're going to pitch the, I think the adversary? Or maybe the Gideon. No, let's pitch the Gideon. I guess we have Rabblemaster for the adversary to really go pop off on. Although if they go turn 1 Soul Ring, I would probably go turn 1 Relic Order off of Petal. You know what we should just do? Let's just draw Black Lotus. Let's just have turn 1 Rabblemaster again. Make it easy on me. But yeah, I like keeping the Relic Order over Gideon. They're both double white anyways, and we saw multiple mana rocks from them. Ooh, we could turn 1 Vanguard. Nope, not good enough. Turn 2 Rabblemaster seems better to me. Okay, if I draw planes, I will Relic Order. Ah. Yeah, it's just, dang it. If I go with Rabblemaster this turn, I don't actually get to play another spell next turn unless I tap out, or rather draw something, or untap land, because I'd have to go with the Spara's headquarters. Okay. They don't have another land, that's great. They do have the Retrofitter, but that doesn't really matter to us. Now we can apply the pressure, big time. Smack in for 3 this turn, and then we're going to smack in for how much next turn? That's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 damage next turn. Assuming the adversary resolves. Winds of Abandon gives me an extra... What do we need? I guess we don't need any of these. Might as well just grab an extra blue source in case, since we only have 1. We already have redundant red. Oh boy. Very interesting. Still got to go with this turn while they only have 2 mana. I think this is a better play. But next turn Armageddon is a for sure. They did find a 3rd land that turn too. So let's go to combat here and see if they make a Foundry token first. Maybe deny them a little bit of mana to cast like a Mana Leak or something. Petty Theft Bounce. Okay. If this mountain was a plains, I'd be really, really tempted to run out the Armageddon. But I think I'm just going to replay the adversary this turn and say go. Because now that we've drawn the Fractured Identity, I don't really mind them tapping out necessarily. There goes Ancestral, that's fine. Their Vision is going to go off next turn, but that might not even matter. Chalice, okay. Yep, so this is going to be really good for us. We're going to go to combat. We're going to hope that they have to do something. This is lethal, so hopefully they're making the Foundry token, right? Blocking the adversary. And then we go Armageddon. And they have Chalice and 1 land. And they're at 4 life. Let's go. Let's go, baby! Woo woo! Nice little 3-0 there with, as I keep calling, a spunky little white aggro deck of sorts. Let's check this one out. I mean, Black Lotus, Time Walk, those are going to win some games. And then we just had that in the shell of a white aggro deck. So yeah, nice little 3-0 here in the Vintage Cube. Thanks for watching, everybody. Short little video. You're probably expecting me to just lose if it was 50 minutes. But no, we smack down Charlie Brown like a clown. Hit that like and subscribe. I'll see you back here tomorrow. Peace out.